One of the occasionally annoying things you may have noticed is that your history in different tmux windows and panes isn't shared between them. Luckily, this is a pretty easy fix. Before we begin, let's confirm that shared history doesn't work. So I'm going to type echo from pane 1 in the first pane, and then in the next pane I'm going to type echo from pane 2. And we can see that if I tab up and go through my history, we don't see the echo from pane 1 in this pane. Alright, so to fix this, we're going to edit our bashrc file. Depending on your system configuration, of course, you might want your bashrc file or your bash profile, whatever the config is for the shell you're using. Alright, and I'm going to zoom in on this with the prefix z so that we can just look at this file. Now, I'm assuming that you're using bash. We're going to set shell opt-s to enable, and we're going to enable hist append, which means append to history, don't overwrite it. We're also going to set hist re-edit and also hist verify. Now, these two options make sure that if editing fails due to a race condition or something like that, we're going to try and recover from it and redo the edit. Next, we're going to set another magical value. This one is called hist control. And I'm going to set this to ignore both. And what ignore both does is it ignores commands that start with whitespace as well as duplicate commands, because we don't want to add those to our history. That's extra junk. And then finally, the real magic happens when we set prompt command. Oh, and let me add the underscore there. So to start with, we're going to do history-a, which appends to history, and then history-c, which clears history, and then finally history-r, which reads from history, and then again, prompt command. So prompt command is this magical value. It contains a command that gets executed right before your prompt is displayed, i.e. after your last command finished. Because of that, we can hook into here to update your history and make sure that it gets synced between different tabs, different tmux sessions, that sort of thing. Alright, so let's save this file. And now let's try to source our bashrc. Oop, that is a simple fix. So history re-edit, not history reddit. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, so we've sourced the bashrc in that pane. Now let's go into our other pane and also source the bashrc. And now let's try our test again. Okay, so in my left-hand pane, I'm going to say hi from left. And in my right-hand pane, I'm going to say hi from right. And now if I go up, I see my last command, and then also my other one. And indeed, if I detach from tmux completely, so now I'm back in my shell, I am out of tmux, and if I scroll up, you can see that the echo commands I ran from within my tmux session are now available in my history outside of tmux.